When he did that shit to Charles, I was like, I can't even believe I'm seeing this.
They folded him.
Folded him.
He didn't look bad on the floor.
Called it.
I know,
Celebrated
I know.
the night before.
I know. Remember we talked about that? Like,
Yes.
I think we were in the back talk. Was like, yo, this is crazy, man. No one should be doing this. And he goes out there and does it.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like Arnold on Pumping Iron when he's telling Lou Ferrigno at breakfast.
Yeah,
so
but
I called my parents. I won already.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference, though. All he has to do is flex.
Seen mixed martial arts. Really, it's a balance of a boxing balance to where I'm able to bounce in and bounce out, reel off combinations, 3-4 punch combinations to the body, to the head.
Kind of fighter who could end a bout within seconds. Joe Rogan didn't mince words when talking about Ilia Topuria. Praising his razor-sharp skill set and unshakable confidence, Rogan described Topuria as one of the most dangerous men in the fight game today. On his podcast, Rogan confessed he was taken aback by Ilia's calm, fearless swagger, an attitude that borders on arrogance but is backed up by undeniable results in the cage.
Saw footage of him and Merab wrestling, like, I don't know where they were, and I didn't see anybody get caught in this video, but like Ilia just seemed to be one step ahead in the wrestling exchanges, So he's at least on Merab's level, and Merab's a savage. So.
You know what he does? It's really interesting. He talked about it on the podcast. He trains each sport individually, and then he puts them all together. So he doesn't train MMA, jiu-jitsu. He trains jiu-jitsu with jiu-jitsu guys. So he trains with elite jiu-jitsu guys, elite wrestlers. He wrestles with elite wrestlers, boxes with elite boxers. Does everything and then puts it all together himself.
Ilia Topuria possesses serious knockout power, enough to end a fight in mere seconds. His punches are sharp, explosive, and brutally precise. When he connects, opponents feel it. Add in his speed, pinpoint timing, and refined technique, and you get a devastating combination that poses a real threat to anyone in the division. His KO power isn't just a weapon, it's a problem every fighter has to solve.
That was light. Come on, you're good. I'm like scared to hit him because I know he's gonna hit him harder.
Every day in the gym, Ilia gets faster, sharper, and more dangerous. By the time he steps into the cage, his hands aren't just fighting, they're speaking volumes. And what they're saying is simple: knockouts are coming. Right now, Ilia Topuria is laser focused on Arman Tsarukyan. Every part of this camp, from striking and grappling to cardio and strategy, is dialed in with obsessive precision. He respects Arman's danger, but Ilia's locked-in mindset and hunger to dominate are on another level. Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan is sharpening his weapons for the clash with Ilia Topuria. Each day in training, he's refining his striking, grappling, and game plan, determined to have answers for every challenge Ilia brings to the cage.
I have a question for you, Arman. You've been training with our jiu-jitsu head coach, Bernardo. You've also been working with Coach Yogi and Perillo. You've been training at the Jackson Media House and Santo Performance Studio. Your training compared to what you were doing in Russia, what you do in Florida, I see you kind of running your own camp out of here. We give you whatever resources you need. What's the camp been looking like so far? How are you staying in shape? How are you training every day? How are you looking at what you need most?
Right now, I'm not in the camp. I just train, learn something new. I like to work with good coach and different style, you know.
Arman's focus and preparation make one thing clear. He's not just showing up, he's coming to fight smarter, harder, and better than ever before.
I wanna be like, I always wanna learn something new, get better every day, and like Bernardo showed me like some good technique on the ground, you know, and he has a little bit different style, and I feel like my jiu-jitsu game is getting better every day, and here's a lot of good sparring partners, good grapplers.
Ilia Topuria's training is known for its intensity and discipline. His camp runs at a relentless pace, blending elite striking, high-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu, brutal conditioning, and top-tier sparring. Some days he hits the gym 2 to 5 times, refusing to leave a single detail to chance. Ilia Topuria isn't just fighting to win, he's chasing greatness. For him, every aspect of the game matters. Striking, grappling, wrestling, ground control, mindset, nutrition, recovery, and beyond. He's not satisfied with being well-rounded. He wants mastery, dominance in every position, every exchange, every moment, before, during, and after the fight. That's the standard he sets for himself.
Outside the training camp, I try to develop my skills in every discipline. I try to not mix it up. I don't train MMA at all. I do boxing classes, wrestling classes. I try to learn every discipline separate. When the training camp comes, I try to mix it up and polish everything that I have been able to learn till that moment. Everything that worked for me in the wrestling and boxing, in the places where I feel comfortable, I want to develop all the time my knowledge. I want to get better all the time. And I can get better if I only go and train MMA and I only drill the same things all the time. Like in BJJ, you never end up learning. Right. All the time you learn new things.
Ilia Topuria's daily routine is nothing short of relentless. From intense sparring and pad work to positional grappling, technical drilling, strategic theory, and constant analysis, nothing is overlooked. He pushes himself mentally and physically every single day, far beyond what most would consider their limit. No 2 days are the same, and that's by design. So when Ilia steps into the octagon, he's not just prepared, he's confident, dangerous, and ready to go to war.
Everybody's looking for mental toughness. Every athlete, everybody in the world is looking for mental toughness. The only way you gain mental toughness is to do things you're not happy doing. If you continue doing things that you're satisfied and that make you happy, you're not getting stronger. You're staying where you're at. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse.
After news broke that the UFC was targeting a matchup between Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria, Chael Sonnen didn't hold back in criticizing Topuria's attitude. Sonnen claimed Ilia's behavior was more than just hesitation. It had become a pattern. According to him, Ilia has developed a habit of initially refusing fights, only to accept them later, casting doubt on his approach to competition.
Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilia Topuria. The entire reason you don't keep seeing clips being played over and over of Paddy the Baddy in the ring with Ilia, which is the single greatest organic marketing you could possibly have for a business like this. And the reason that has been stymied is because Arman is going to fight Ilia. And there's no reason to use the Paddy footage just yet. Okay. Because I wake up today and Ilia says he's out. Ilia apparently has said that he's not going to fight until next year. Now, next year might feel kind of soon, but he hasn't fought in enough time. Is it 5 weeks, 6 weeks? I'm somewhere right in there.
According to Sonnen, this pattern also cuts into Arman's valuable contest time. He argued that Ilia's delayed acceptance creates a negative perception, making it seem like he drags his feet longer to say yes than to say no. This, Sonnen said, only adds frustration for both fans and fighters.
The rankings say you're number 1 in the world in front of everybody, any weight class, pound for pound. The category of 155 has you sitting on top. But you're telling us that you can't do it until next year. Shouldn't I interpret that to say as you can't beat the guys in your own opinion? I mean, should I interpret it some other way? Regardless of who the opponent was, let's say it's Tsarukyan, let's say it's Paddy, let's say it's Justin Gaethje. We know for sure it's one of those 3 guys.
Chael Sonnen went even further, suggesting Ilia is basically admitting he can't beat anyone right now. Sonnen argued that Ilia shouldn't be ranked above active fighters like Arman Tsarukyan if he's willing to wait 10 months between bouts. Yet despite the criticism, Chael still called Ilia the top guy, saying that if it weren't for contractual red tape, Ilia could be champion not only at featherweight but also at lightweight, and even in the BMF division.
You're telling me you can't beat him in November, and you're telling me that you can't beat him in December. Don't I need to take you at your word, and don't I need to adjust the rankings accordingly, at least for now? Do I need to look a little further into bringing in an interim championship? What do you mean you don't want to fight? What do you mean you don't want to fight until next year? What does that mean? I have to assume that means that you believe you can't win. What else would it mean?
Every training session, drill, and technique is sharpened and put to use. Ilia isn't just a fighter. He's a dedicated student of the sport, constantly evolving. Joe Rogan said he's rarely seen anyone with Ilia's level of discipline, focus, and hunger to learn from the best. It's this relentless mindset that makes Ilia such a dangerous and unpredictable force in the cage.
Man, the discipline you have to do all those things with the same kind of intensity and then put it all together. Well, that's
I mean, he's got a very,
so
like,
good.
and that's the benefit of not having, like, this big camp doing it all.
Right.
Like, when you're just by yourself and everybody around you is helping you get to these places and do those things, it's a huge benefit.
Yeah. And it's also, like, today we know what everybody else can do, too. Like, if you're at a certain level like Ilia is already, you know your abilities, like, you don't necessarily have to be in a camp where there's a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. Like, you don't need that.
Yeah, you know which guys you have to bring in
And who
for
brings
sparring
in who he
partners.
needs, yep.
Concentrate everything on you. That way you're not dealing with all these dudes in the locker room that maybe you got beef with, and Colby's talking shit about your girlfriend. And
Arman Tsarukyan is hungry for the UFC lightweight title, with or without facing Ilia Topuria first. 6 months ago, Tsarukyan was set to challenge then-champion Islam Makhachev at UFC 311, but a back injury pulled him out just 1 day before the fight. Since then, a lot has changed. Makhachev vacated the belt and moved to welterweight. Topuria claimed the vacant title by knocking out Charles Oliveira at UFC 317, and Tsarukyan is still waiting for his next fight date. Recently, during a live stream with the Nelk Boys, Topuria made it clear he would never give Tsarukyan a chance. He went further, saying the UFC should strip him of the belt if Tsarukyan doesn't fight again to earn the #1 contender spot, expressing doubts about Tsarukyan's reliability to show up for their matchup. Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen criticized Topuria, accusing him of stretching out his reign without defending the title. Sonnen pointed out a common pattern in MMA. Fighters start out hungry, willing to fight anyone, but some evolve into stallers who delay defenses to hold onto the belt longer.
You don't like the attention anymore? You don't like the money anymore? What part of it is that you want to do next year what could be done next month? I mean, how am I supposed to interpret that? And I've never understood why we keep guys in the rankings when they do something like that. I've never understood. Cain Velasquez. You've never heard anybody ever say a bad word about Cain. That's true. He is one of the most respected athletes in the history of the sport, but Cain had a period of time where he couldn't fight. I want to say it was his knee. And I could not believe that they kept Cain in the rankings. If he is openly telling you, I'm not even tough enough to go and try, don't even give me a name, because I can't beat any of them.
Sonnen pointed to Tom Aspinall, who became the longest tenured interim champ due to endless delays, and warned that Ilia is headed down the same path. He called it a waste of time for everyone involved, especially the fans.
I need 10 months, according to my doctor. Don't even give me an opportunity to try for 10 months. Aren't I signaling that I should not be ranked in front of the other guys that are saying, hey, I'm willing and I'm ready to go in now? I mean, I'm just wondering how to interpret this by Ilia Topuria. Now, I'm not turning on Ilia. I got Ilia number 1. If it was not due to paperwork, Ilia would be your sitting 45, your reigning 55, and your defending BMF champion. If it were not for paperwork reasons, Ilia would be the most successful and decorated fighter of all time. I don't take that from him. This is a very different narrative that I really wish I hadn't heard. I mean, all the guys start out the same way, which is give me an opportunity. I'll do anything. I'll fight anyone, anywhere, any notice, any weight class. Set them up, I knock them down.
Arman Tsarukyan finds himself in a tough spot, with Paddy Pimblett seemingly next in line due to his personal feud with Topuria, and veteran Justin Gaethje claiming he deserves another shot. The competition is fierce. On top of that, UFC CEO Dana White told Tsarukyan he'll have to fight his way back to a title shot after pulling out of the Makhachev bout. Now, the fight fans have been craving is finally here. Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan. Topuria enters as one of the most dangerous lightweights in the game, blending precision striking, elite grappling, and a mental edge that makes him a nightmare inside the cage. Every punch, kick, and move will come from a camp that leaves no weaknesses exposed. On the other side, Tsarukyan is pure relentless energy and willpower, all gas, no brakes. He's ready to wrest the belt from Topuria, even if it costs him dearly. This isn't just another fight, it's a battle for ultimate supremacy, a test of dedication and dominance. As fight night approaches, the tension builds worldwide. Will Ilia's skill and experience keep him on top, or will Arman's aggression and hunger shock the world? Who's your pick? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash that like button if you're hyped, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the action, breakdowns, and fight night highlights.